Hello. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And this is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James. I'm handling the chat tonight, so please chat with us. I'll pass your chat on to Beth, and she can speak directly to you in person, if you're in person.
If you're in person, and if you come later, I'll respond later. So, tonight I'm going to talk about how to stop feeling stupid.
Yeah, I'd like to know that one.
Well, it's even worse than that. It's how to stop being stupid. But anyway, I didn't want to put that in the title because then I thought nobody would come. So, welcome to the Granny Raps and Rocks show. And can you just.
Let's see if we have anybody as of yet.
Well, if
No.
we're even well, we're assuming we're broadcasting. So, anyway, we are so glad that you're here, and I am really anxious to talk about this topic. I think this is a very sensitive topic, and I know that a lot of people feel shame, even just to say the word stupid. So the first thing,
We have a couple of comments.
Oh,
First, Tracy says hello and sends caring. Thank you, Tracy.
hello,
And Blanquita says hello, Beth and James, and sends a heart of love.
gracias,
Muchas
Blanquita.
gracias.
So, we have all felt it. We have all felt stupid. Some of us feel it frequently.
Mm-hmm.
James, you were saying that you do.
Yeah, every day, several times a day.
And it's not something that we tend
Every time I make a mistake.
Right.
Oh, Amy says, you're on. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
She sends love and music and
Thank
caring.
you. And there's another
And
comment.
Elizabeth says, hi there, and sends heart and caring.
Hi
And
there, Elizabeth.
Yeah, hi, Elizabeth. And Catalina says, hello, and a heart of love.
Hello.
Thank you, Catalina.
So, well, you're smart enough to watch the Granny Raps and Rock show. So there it is. None of us is. First of all, I want to be very clear. I do not mean to insult anyone who has cognitive impairment or a low IQ or people like that. And it's hard to talk about this because I'm always afraid that someone is going to feel bad about themselves.
Oh, and we have hello, good morning, Kathmandu. I'm Rabbi Shamaling. I like your live Facebook.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us live.
Yeah.
I love it. So I want to first talk about why we think that we're stupid so often. And the first thing that, of course, that comes to mind is conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah.
How many of us were told we were stupid or treated like we were stupid or made to feel stupid? It's kind of a sad thing. For example, let's say you have an older sibling, and the older sibling tries to make you feel stupid by playing tricks on you and doing. This happened to me, and it's a bad feeling.
Yeah, somebody else trying to be one up on you to make you feel less than or
Exactly. So many of us have had that, and sometimes it's not a sibling. Sometimes it's even a parent. Or it could be other kids at school. Or I had a teacher once in grammar school. That's elementary school.
Yeah.
And the teacher made a mistake. It was a math teacher. I'm sure it was just, an accident. And he was so embarrassed because I got the right answer. He told me I was wrong. But it was, I was probably in the 4th grade. So believe me, it wasn't some real complicated mathematical thing. But he was so embarrassed, he had to cover it up and say, yes, I was just testing you all or something like that. You know what I mean? So, he was feeling stupid. What a shame. Instead of just laughing about it and saying, oh, I made a mistake. So many of us have been abused with the word stupid, have been treated like James was just describing, trying to make us feel small, trying to get the edge, abuse, bullying. It's bad, 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 bad. And sometimes our parents have done it to us too.
How that was said in my household was, "You stupid idiot."
Yeah, right. So that word sort of reverberates for so many of us. It's like, "Ah, anything but that."
Right.
It's like anything but that.
Or if somebody raised their voice and hollered at me, that also made an impact.
Made you feel stupid.
Yeah.
So the thing is, also, our school system for so many of us is based on competition. So if you're in the top 1% of the class, what does that make everybody else?
Stupid. Less than.
Less than. So, and we still have a lot of that. Everything is measured and compared and measured and compared and measured and compared. But now, I want to talk about a different aspect of feeling stupid.
Okay.
I want to talk about making a mistake, and then I want to talk about being stupid. Okay, we have another
Todd
reading.
says, "Hi, Beth and James." Hello,
Hi,
Todd.
Todd.
Thanks for
Hi,
joining.
Todd. So now I'm getting on to the next part, and I'm talking about the fact that when we make a mistake, because we've been so conditioned to think competitively, to think negatively about a weakness, we go into, oh, I'm so stupid, and all that we've done is make a mistake. Look, guys, there's a lot of things we don't know. Hey.
Oh, Akil says, "Good morning." And good morning to you, Akil, wherever you are.
Right. And it's good night here. So, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, sometimes we just don't know something. But if we have been conditioned to think negatively about ourselves or others when they don't know something because it's been used for power or to humiliate, then we will automatically think, oh, I was so stupid, rather than just saying, gosh, I wish I had known that, or it would have been nice if I had known that, or gee whiz, I just didn't know that. And this becomes a learning opportunity. But what happens when we feel stupid? Are we learning or are we cringing? Feeling bad inside, right? It's hard to learn when you're feeling stupid. It's like, oh, we shut down.
Oh, and you get emotional and you feel embarrassed, and that kind of blocks the flow of good thinking.
That is correct. So let's not fall for that one. But the thing I really want to get to is after that many of us have been conditioned to think of ourselves as stupid, and or when we make a mistake, we've been conditioned to make ourselves think we're stupid.
Oh, Nancy says, "Good evening to you too," and sends 2 hearts of love.
Good evening,
Nancy. Thank
and
you.
you're here in time for the big one. We often feel stupid because we are.
I didn't see that one coming.
Aha! See? That does not make you stupid. It's just, how could you have known what I was going to say, right? You never know what Granny is going to say. And now I want to talk about being stupid. First of all, let's say, you're working with the hammer, right?
Okay.
And instead of watching where you're banging, you're thinking about something else, or you're watching some woman walking down the street and you hit yourself. What are you going to say?
Oh, stupid.
Stupid.
Amy says, "I kind of knew then."
I guess she means that I was going to say that. So,
I bet she meant that. I kind of knew that.
right, that...
See, I goofed up with that last word above. But that does not mean you're stupid.
No, that does not. So I want to continue with that thought. Sometimes we are inattentive,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and then we feel bad about ourselves because we may have hurt ourselves or others because we weren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And that is painful. And that is a real thing. And so we need to become very much more aware of situations. But sometimes we can't help it. We're tired, we're under, we're taking medication. Our husband has just left us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we are emotionally crappy.
Are you going to tell us more about how we're all stupid?
I am. I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
done yet.
Okay.
Can you have some
Hold my
patience
horses.
here? Well, so I just said sometimes it seems like we're stupid because we are actually inattentive. And that's often what stupid means.
Oh, I see.
I didn't pay attention. And then we go to all the judgments. I should have, I should have, I should have, I should have, I should have. Well, yeah, maybe you should have. But we can't always
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
should have, would have, could have. But now the number one culprit, when I say we really are stupid, is that we are in a stupor.
Ah.
Now, you may not all know the word stupor, but stupid, which doesn't seem to have anything to do with the dictionary definition of stupid, but stupor means practically unconscious. We're in a stupor because we're overtired and we couldn't help ourselves. We're in a stupor because we've been drinking. We're in a stupor because we've smoked marijuana or taken some drugs. Or we're in a stupor because we haven't been taught to think and that we have been conditioned to be stupid.
Oh, wow. That's a
Did
jolt.
I shock you?
That's a jolt. Would you please explain that one?
I will. So let's say you're brought up, somebody's going to kill me for this, but you're brought up in a religion that teaches you things that make no sense and you're not allowed to question them.
Oh, right.
What is that training you to do?
To be stupid.
That's right. Don't think, don't question. Let's say you live in a nation which has certain values or certain beliefs, and you're not supposed to question them. Because if you do, you could go to jail, or you could be unpopular with everybody, or
disapproved of.
or you're going to lose your scholarship, or something like that, or you just have been hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you think, oh yeah, that must be true, that must be true. I read it on Facebook, or YouTube, I saw it on YouTube, or I read it in the news, or my mother told me, or the people that I trust believe it. So what happens? We make ourselves stupid. And that is the most harmful form of being stupid because we could know better. I'm not talking about I was ignorant, I didn't know, right? I'm going to give you an example, which will surprise you. I had a friend. And I'm an intuitive, right? And I had a friend, I told her not to eat sugar and not to eat dairy years ago, maybe 30, 40 years ago, when she was very healthy. And she said, it doesn't bother me, that's for you, Beth, you're so wrong. And I said, I just know you shouldn't do it. And she didn't agree, and she went ahead and did all those things, and then she got cancer years later. Well, then she said, oh my God, I wish I had listened to you because those things feed cancer, okay? So I knew that she shouldn't, and it was a very serious cancer. So do you think she felt stupid?
Oh, yeah.
Because in this case, someone had warned her. It wasn't a case that, well, I just didn't know. A lot of people don't know that certain things that we do are going to hurt us. But in this case, she did. But she didn't want to because she liked the taste. So she was choosing her, and I'm not going to say that was really stupid because if you look deeper, you'll see that sometimes we do stupid things. A lot of times we do stupid things because we are emotionally compelled or physically addicted. And we just do it and do it and do it. And we hate ourselves and we think we're stupid and we beat ourselves up and we make ourselves feel worse. And the worse we feel, the more we have to comfort ourselves. And let's have some more sugar or another drink. Or let's escape the consequences of what we just did and, smoke some more marijuana or take more pills or whatever. Or, inject ourselves with whatever. So you see, when we know that we have done something stupid, which by that I mean genuinely self-destructive or destructive to others, it's so painful because we are not taught to accept our weaknesses and to deal with them in any way other than to beat ourselves up. And then what do? We do the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like a spending addiction. Oh, I feel so stupid because I just spent $100 on something I didn't need. So I'm going to beat myself up. And then I'll console myself by spending more money on something that I didn't need. So a lot of times we act stupidly because we are compelled emotionally. And what we need to do is look at the compulsion. So it's the same thing as when we've been brainwashed and are afraid to think. God, friends, people, critical thinking about ourselves, about our world, about our belief systems. Critical thinking is so extremely important for self-awareness and to live a better life, but it may make you feel insecure if other people aren't feeling the same way. So,
I feel that part of that problem is ego blindness, where we go into denial or minimization, and then the problem, you can't solve a problem if you don't admit you have one.
No, you don't. Exactly. And so we feel stupid because we are stupid in so many ways that we will not acknowledge. We wear clothing that is bad for our health. And then we have like high heel shoes and then we have bunions. Oh my God. Or our bodies are out of whack, or our backs are bad, or we've stuck something on our skin that's bad for us, and or we keep using fossil fuel and we don't pay any attention to global warming. There are big stupids, social stupids.
Mm-hmm.
So we are brainwashed. We are not trained to think.
And to question.
Not trained to think. 3 blind mice. Not trained to think. And think, what I would like you to do is think about the things you were told not to think about, or that you were trained not to think about. Don't question authority. Don't question this, don't question that. Don't question your president. Don't question your heroes. Don't question gender identification.
Well, I've got one here as well. I developed a fear of questioning authority because in my household, my parents would say, do this because I told you to. They wouldn't explain why I had to do it. And if you don't do it, you're going to get it. So I came to not question authority and basically to go dumb.
Yes.
In the face of what authorities tell us to do.
Exactly. And it is so insidious because you'll notice that you keep coming up with authorities. Well, so-and-so said, and so-and-so said, and this book said. You know, one of the things that I think is incredibly stupid is the idea that God is perfect.
Uh-huh.
You know, how could God be perfect if we're like this?
How do you even know, for that matter?
Well,
no,
exactly. But
that.
if we are made in the image of God and we're this stupid, what's God like? You know, and if God is everything, then God is the rapist and the saint. And yet, people, when I said, well, you know, maybe God isn't perfect, maybe God is evolving, they didn't want to come see me anymore because it's too threatening. So I would like you, for this week to think about the things you're afraid to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And ask yourself why. Loss of popularity, loss of support, fear of retribution.
The desire to get along by going along and not questioning what people in your group think and believe.
There are so many people today who are not thinking.
One of the most valuable questions I've ever come up with or have heard about is ask the question after somebody says something is true. You say, how do you know?
How
do you know?
Exactly, how do you know? Well, no, I don't know because my father told me, my mother told me, my friends told me, Facebook told me, everybody
Right.
told me.
I've heard it in more than one place, so hey.
It must be true.
Must be true.
It must be true. This is a critical issue in our times. So, how to stop being stupid or feeling stupid? First, don't abuse yourself if you make a mistake. Just learn from it. Don't internalize those awful messages that you got when you were young. Don't, even use those terms in your own mind. Say, oh, gee, I wonder if I could have done that better. Right. And number one, think. Think. Dare to think. The greatest courage in the world is the willingness to think and to look through everything that you're told. So that's it. So this is Granny Raps and Rocks for this week. We will see you next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. We will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific time for Magical Improvs with the Healing Arts Band.
Yeah.
And have patience with yourself. Understand that life is all about learning. So if you're learning, there's nothing stupid about it. Take away the stigma of that word. Walk around saying, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid. It's like after a while, it won't even mean anything to you anymore. And mostly, develop the capacity to think, question everything. That's it.
Yep. There we are.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Please give us your comments. Share this program. Please share it. Like it, love it, share it. Follow our page. Come back. Comment. We love you.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.